Hi, I'm Dolly Kunz Wilson. Welcome to Lynette's Bake Shop here in Salado, Texas. I am going to show you some of my pie tips for making the perfect meringue pie. Meringues need room temperature eggs, and so to speed that process up, I use some warm tap water and let them soak a few minutes. I put some boiling water in my mixing bowl for the meringue. I mix it around a little bit, and I also swish my whisk around. It helps to warm it up and gets out any residual grease that may be left on the bowl. To start the meringue, I use about 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar, a few drops of vanilla, and for a 5-egg meringue, I use 1/2 cup of sugar, and that will start getting added after the egg whites get in there. I use 5 eggs for 1 pie, so there will be 5 egg whites for the meringue for 1 pie. I separate the egg whites and yolks, and as I do each egg yolk, I do it in a bowl so that if some yolk gets into it, I can just take it away and not ruin the whole batch. I then pour it into the mixer, and I turn it on low. And I put just a little bit of the sugar in to start. And then I slowly add the sugar into the egg whites, a little at a time. Once I get all 5 egg whites into the mixing bowl, I gradually add the rest of the sugar. And I give it time to just mix around for 5 minutes or so, because you'll see that it changes. The egg whites change as the sugar melts and incorporates with it, and I feel this gives a much stronger, smoother meringue. Mixing about 5 minutes, you can see that the sugar is melted into the albumin of the eggs. It gets opaque looking, then you can start to turn it up slowly. I do this while the filling is cooking, because it's important that the filling be hot when you put the meringue on. As the filling is cooking, I then turn the meringue up a little bit and let it get going a little faster. But the main thing is slow and easy in the beginning to get the sugar completely melted. Then I turn it up when the filling is almost ready. I turn it up to high speed. Wait for the magic to happen. It's starting to get thicker. You just need to keep your eye on it at this point so you don't overheat it. Put the spatula in and I pull it up to see if a peak forms. You could take the beater off if you want, but this is just easier. So if you have if it holds itself up, it's ready. It makes little peaks. Soft peaks. You can do it different stages. I like to do it a little bit stiffer. And if the weather is damp, it's important to beat it a little bit longer. Filling, it could be chocolate, coconut, or lemon, are our favorites here. Put the hot filling into the pie shell. This is when it's important to work quickly, because you want the filling to be covered while it's hot and before it forms a skin. You want the meringue to come up to the pie crust so that it doesn't shrink away. You can see the skin is already starting to form. Once I get it covered up so I know it's not getting any air on it, then I put the rest of it. It's 5 egg whites, which makes a nice high meringue. And then you can gussy it up how you like. The pie is golden and perfect. Meringue perfection.